I, 22 male, am the youngest of 5 siblings, but my issue is with my brother, Matt, 32 male. I came out as gay at 16 because I started a relationship with my current boyfriend. My whole family was so supportive. My parents, my older brother, and my sisters. But Matt, for some reason, didn't accept me and distanced himself from me. He would ignore me at family gatherings and speak the bare minimum. Matt was married to Marina, 29 female, and they have an adorable young boy that my family loves. A year ago, my brother was caught cheating on Marina with a man, and he ended up coming out and divorcing Marina. He dumped Marina right after that. My family supported him and welcomed the affair partner as if nothing had happened. The affair had been going on for years before Marina found out. Marina was deeply hurt, and I felt sorry for her. I've known Marina since I was around 8 years. My brother and I have kinda reconciled. He apologized for distancing himself. He said he was jealous of me because I could be true to myself, and he was stuck in this loveless marriage. My brother married his affair partner a week ago. I attended the wedding. The day before the wedding, Marina had posted about how hurt and blindsided she was, and how this wedding and cheating was so wrong. The next day, my brother had the nerve to post a video of their vows on social media and tag Marina and many other people. The caption read, "If our love is wrong, then I don't ever want to be right." He got this from a song by Callum Scott, "If Our Love Is Wrong." 2 days ago was my dad's birthday, and we all gathered to celebrate it. And Matt started talking to us about how Marina had texted him, calling him names for accidentally tagging her. I couldn't keep it in. That was evil, and I knew it wasn't an accident. So I told him that Marina was right. He was an idiot, and that song wasn't to validate affairs and empower cheating partners, that he had some nerve to try and play the victim here. He didn't say a word and left, but then my parents started telling me that I ruined the evening and that I should know better since I'm gay too, and how I should support him because he struggled with his identity his whole life. I get it. It's different for everyone, and not everyone's comfortable coming out, but that doesn't give you the right to hurt someone else's feelings. And he's trying to play the victim and portraying Marina as an evil, resentful ex who doesn't want him to be happy. They think I should apologize, and my whole family seems to be on his side. Not the idiot. No one forced him to marry. He was in his 20s when he did. He could have walked out any day and given no reason. He had a supportive family who had accepted his brother. Cheating is cheating, and not only do you not have to accept that without judgment, but the fact that he re-victimized Marina that way is depraved. Yeah, he strung along an innocent woman for years in a loveless marriage, only to boast how he's now happy. He cheated for years on his wife unapologetically. Then within a year, he was engaged and married. Finally, he retaliated against his hurt ex-wife and mother of his child by tagging her with his wedding vows. Those are the facts. Your brother's a cheater, plain and simple. There's being supportive of your child coming out as gay, and then there's enabling someone. Your family should put themselves in Marina's shoes and see if they would like being treated this way, and I bet you they wouldn't. It was cruel from start to finish. What evil idiots. I feel bad for the ex and their son. Their futures are going to be hard with them in their lives. Ask your family this. If Matt had been seeing another woman during his marriage and decided to leave his family and marry her, would they feel the same? Because if they would act differently if everyone in the situation was cisgender, then they're being hypocrites now by using Matt's struggle with his identity as an excuse for being a cheating jerk, and now making Marina out to be the lousy ex-spouse instead of taking responsibility for his bad behavior. It has nothing to do with gay or straight. It has to do with respect. Brother owes Marina an apology for how he handled all of this, especially how he accidentally, on purpose, tagged her in the wedding video. I have a boyfriend, Aiden. For some reason, he really dislikes his best friend's, Daniel's, girlfriend, Lila. I don't exactly get the reason for his dislike. My guess is that Aiden and Daniel were kind of outcast in high school, and Aiden adopted this us against the world view with his only friend. On the other hand, Lila is a vivacious, outgoing, bubbly girl with many friends. Aiden's newest reason to dislike Lila is that Daniel plans to take her on an all-expenses-paid trip abroad. He was ranting to me about Lila being a gold digger and using Daniel for his money. I tried to tell him that Daniel taking his girlfriend on vacation doesn't make said girlfriend a gold digger, but Aiden couldn't be reasoned with. It bothered me so much, especially since my family took Aiden on countless vacations, free of charge, back when we were still in university. I mean 15 plus vacations, mostly to different countries. I pointed out to Aiden that he came on plenty of vacations with my family and me, but he said that was different because he only came for me, so I had more fun with him there with me, and we built shared memories. I asked him, why is what Daniel and Lila doing any different? Daniel can afford to take Lila with him. He'll have more fun with her there and make wonderful shared memories. If that makes Lila a gold digger, he must be a gold digger too by his own standards. Aiden got mad at me and said he was extremely disappointed and hurt that I looked at him like that. He got really offended and now seems to think I actually accused him of being a gold digger instead of just trying to show him the error in his reasoning. Was I wrong for trying to draw a parallel between him and Lila? I didn't want to make him feel bad for coming with us on those vacations. I loved having him there. Do I owe him an apology? Am I the idiot? Not the idiot. Your argument is sound, and Aiden is turning it around on you because he's embarrassed he got caught with this faulty and misogynistic logic. This antipathy towards Lila is quite worrying, though. Either there's something about her that you don't know, or, and I hate to be one of those people, but do you think he's possibly overcompensating? In my opinion, there's more to this than meets the eye. I think you're onto something here. In my opinion, he just seems jealous that Daniel's taking the girlfriend over him. The whole thing was setting off red flags. It sounds like he's trying to isolate his friend and then automatically turning himself into the victim. I only went on those vacations for you, and flipping it around to how hurt he is that she would even suggest such a thing about him. I have some questions and concerns beyond the scope of the discussion here. I, 55 male, raised my daughter, 25 Laura, alone as a single father, well into her teenage years. Her mother passed away when she was 3 years old. I, therefore, have a very close relationship with her. I married my wife, 50, Mary, 6 years ago, and now have a stepson, 24, Harry. Laura never really got along with Mary or Harry, but she was always respectful. Also, they came into our lives when she was already in college, which meant she didn't get to bond with either of them. Laura's bi. I've always loved her as she is. She had relationships with both men and women over these past few years, but none were prominent enough to require them to meet me. That is, until she brought home a girlfriend of hers this year. She was with us from morning till evening. Laura's girlfriend, 32, was polite and quiet the whole time she was with us, brought lovely presents, didn't talk to anyone much, and wasn't attentive or warm towards Laura either. Her phone rang a few times and she went off to answer. She's a prominent businesswoman. After she left, Mary told Laura that she was a little cold and distant overall, and that Laura deserved someone who could give her more of her time and affection. Laura got mad and said she'd been with her girlfriend for 9 months and was even thinking about moving in, and that we, of course, wouldn't know her at all because we only saw her for a few hours and she was the sweetest person. I said Mary was right and that I had a similar impression of her girlfriend because of how she acted around Laura as well. I told Laura she should appreciate Mary since she had the best interest of Laura at heart, and there was nothing wrong with telling what we thought. Laura said Mary was in no position to give her an opinion and was rude. She left to stay at her girlfriend's house and hasn't answered my calls. So, did I do something wrong to deserve to be ignored like this? You are the idiot. You don't know anything about the girlfriend and are already passing judgment. I would wager you were kept away from the other significant others for similar behavioral issues and boundary crossing. Apologize to your daughter and offer to spend more time with the girlfriend to truly get to know her. Did it ever occur to you that she's purposely not being warm towards her? Because as a queer woman, showing affection in front of her partner's parents could be potentially dangerous. Queer people never know how someone will react to seeing them affectionately interact. Mary should mind her own business. It's not her place, and her opinion wasn't asked for, nor yours. Exactly. You and your wife are wrong to judge your daughter's partner so harshly after the first meeting. She doesn't seem to have done anything wrong, just not behaving in a way that would immediately appeal to you and your wife. You should have trusted your daughter's judgment on this and given yourselves a chance to get to know her partner properly. Instead, you've now done irreparable damage to your relationship with your daughter. Hope it was worth it to badmouth a person you've just met. My ex-wife works out of town. She works for 2 weeks and then gets a week off. I used to do that schedule as well, but I now work as a maintenance planner from home. When we divorced, I got primary custody of our daughter and son, since I was the one available to do the parenting. I have very little interest in discussing anything with my ex. Yes, there is a lot of bitterness and recrimination in our relationship. I loved my ex with all my heart, and while I always thought she was beautiful, it wasn't as easy for other people to see. However, when you're one of a dozen women in a 2,000-man work camp, you get a lot of attention. That's all I'm going to say about that. My daughter is a tween, and she just got her first period. I grew up with sisters, and I'm not a complete idiot, so I read up on what to do. I also talked to my mom and sisters about it. I gave her the boxes of pads. I explained to her that it was normal and healthy. I watched a video with her that was a tutorial on what to do. I also asked her if she'd like to talk to either my sister or the woman I'm seeing about how to do everything right. She said she understood and she'd like to talk to my sister on the weekend. My ex called to talk to the kids yesterday and afterward yelled at me on the phone. She called me an idiot for excluding her from a milestone in her daughter's life. I asked her if it had happened during her week with the kids, would she have told me about it? She said that that wasn't the point. It was a mother-daughter thing, and I took it away from her. I said it was a parent-kid medical issue, making it a me thing. I'm a man, so maybe I just don't get it. Am I the idiot? Everyone's the idiot here. You could have thrown in a "do you want to call your mom" when you threw out your sister's name and the woman you're seeing, not even a partner or girlfriend. Kids know when their parents have such a contentious relationship, and while you say you don't limit contact, I have to wonder, based on the disdain that you have for your ex-wife, if she felt she could call her without you getting upset or hurt. Did she feel she was allowed to call her, or like she had to wait to see her in person? Your daughter would have contacted her mom if she wanted it to be a moment between them. Your daughter can decide whether to share that info or not. You did absolutely nothing wrong, tending to her immediate needs. And it's really weird to make it a teary-eyed mummy-daughter moment. But no, it's not buying a wedding dress or going to a graduation. You did fine. My 28 female, boyfriend 27, Ryan, likes to help others. He's the type of guy who would give a coworker money for rent or buy groceries for a neighbor. However, he can take it too far at times. He often tries to help people without asking if they need or want his help. Every year, my brother, 35, Paul, and his wife, 33, Lily, host a holiday dinner. This year, Ryan attended for the first time. Before we left for their house, I told Ryan that Lily was legally blind and has been her entire life. She knew what she could do and could not do. I told Ryan to only help Lily if she asked for help. We arrived early so I could help Paul and Lily cook. While we were cooking, Ryan kept telling Lily things like, "Lily, if you're looking for the salt, it's to your right." Or, "Lily, don't put that there, it's too close to the edge." Lily and Paul both told him that while his commentary was somewhat helpful, it was completely unnecessary. Still, Ryan did not stop. However, things became tense when Lily went to chop vegetables. When she pulled out a knife, Ryan stopped her and asked if he could take over because he didn't want Lily to hurt herself. Lily said she'd be fine, but Ryan insisted she give him the knife. Finally, Paul got annoyed and told Ryan to stop. Ryan did stop, but he kept hovering over Lily while she was chopping. I asked Ryan to sit down until dinner was ready, but Ryan insisted that he just wanted to help. So finally, Lily asked him and me to help set the table and greet people arriving. So we did, but things were still tense. I did pull Ryan to the side and reminded him again to only help Lily if she asked for it. He agreed, but I could tell that he was still upset. Everything finally boiled over after dinner. My nieces, toddler and kindergartner, have a game they love to play with their mother. They will hand Lily something, and Lily will have to guess what it is. Lily would sometimes make a couple of clearly outrageous guesses, like saying an egg is an elephant or a shoe, to make her daughters laugh. After dinner, the eldest handed Lily the salt shaker. When Lily guessed it was a phone, Ryan piped up and said it was a salt shaker. Lily laughed it off and explained the game to Ryan, but I could see she was annoyed. My niece then handed Lily a coin. When Lily guessed incorrectly, Ryan loudly told Lily it was a coin. This was apparently the last straw for Paul. Paul demanded that Ryan leave, since he clearly couldn't respect Lily. Ryan insisted that he was trying to be helpful. However, Lily said it was probably best if Ryan and I left. I quickly gathered up our things and managed to convince Ryan to leave. Ryan's currently angry at me. He says I should have defended him, especially since I knew he was only being helpful. He also insisted that I should have stood up against Paul's overreaction, Ryan's words. I'm now wondering if I should have defended Ryan. Am I the idiot? Not the idiot. Ryan didn't deserve to be defended here. I'm sorry, and I'm sure you love Ryan, but good Lord, he sounds insufferable. He wasn't being nice. He was patronizing. Lily neither wanted nor needed his help. He stuck his nose where it didn't belong, and he was asked to stop numerous times. I would have kicked him out too. Ryan doesn't leave things alone. He'll keep prodding, pushing, or telling someone what to do. It causes boundary issues. His behavior at Paul and Lily's house is very unusual. There's got to be a basis for this. There are many possibilities. Was he expected to help with everything at home while growing up? He could be anxious. He could think he knows how to do something better than the person he's trying to help. Something tells me his helpfulness isn't exactly altruistic. It could be many things. He needs people to think he's superior. It's all showmanship, and he does it for an ego boost or brownie points. He needs people to think he has something over them. Maybe he's favor sharking. He wants to create a facade to get away with being nasty elsewhere. He wants control over the situation. He wants to stomp boundaries, and by being oh so nice, it's harder to pin him as a boundary stomper or savior complex. Evidently, he gets a lot of self-esteem from wearing his Superman cape and from the appearance of helping others. He was acting like a completely tone-deaf, dismissive idiot, and if you defend this behavior, then you're one too. OP, your boyfriend is an ableist. I'm a disabled person, and people like your boyfriend are not helpful. Just because we're disabled doesn't mean we're idiots. We know what we can and cannot do. We know our limits and when to ask for help.